beach trip number 3. The finale to the great 2021 beach trip trilogy. So, yeah, this beach trip wasn't quite as eventful as the second one, but it wasn't as the video probably won't be as short as the first one. So a few things happened. This time it was with a family, so like uncles, aunts, cousins, that type thing. And the first day nothing huge happened. Although on that day actually, when we got there, I thought, because I saw they had this really old TV. They had 2 of them, and they were like, I say really old. I mean like 30 years. Feels like forever ago with 2020 though. Not that I'm even that old, but anyway. So yeah, they had these 2 like old RCA TVs that were really really small, and it was really weird. And I saw them, and this thought occurred to me. I was like, man, wouldn't it be funny, or not funny? Wouldn't it be great if we had a Nintendo 64? Because I feel like that'd just be a really fun thing to do on a beach trip with family. I don't know why. But then later that day, right before we went out to go eat, you know what I found in one of the drawers? Because we were staying at like one of those beach houses, like the ones you rent out. And I found a Nintendo 64 with a couple of games, none that I had really played. There was Mission Impossible, there was Mortal Kombat, I think there was a WWF game in there, and there were a couple others that I don't remember. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play any because one of the cables was broken, so that's a shame. But it was really funny that we found one. The next major eventful thing to happen, I guess, was we found an alligator in a pond by like the pool, because there was a community pool near the beach houses, and there was an alligator in there, just a live alligator, just kind of chilling. That was weird. We went on a ride with some golf carts, some like rental golf carts that we got, and we just went around and explored the island we were staying at. And it was overall nothing too eventful happened until we played Uno Flip. Now Uno Flip isn't like your regular Uno. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You see, on one side, on that light side, the normal colors, everything's all cheery and happy, and it's pretty much the same as regular Uno, except instead of +4s, we have wild +2s. So that's a thing, and instead of +2s, we have +1s. That's the only real difference to that side. But then there's a card you can play called a flip card, where you flip over both the deck, the discard pile, and your hand. And when you flip all those over, you get to the dark side. Now here's where things get interesting. You see, now we have a card that skips the entire table and brings it back to you. It just kind of gives you an extra turn. You have a wild card that makes you draw until you get whatever color the player who played it picks. And you've got a +5 now, and there was one other one that I can't remember. But anyway, that's beside the point. We ended up playing Uno Flip for 4 hours, and nobody won. Played until like 11 p.m., and which is fairly late for an Uno game, especially in this family where everybody goes to sleep by 10:30, 11 o'clock. But anyway, yeah, so we went and we played Uno Flip on the dark side for a very, very long time, and everybody nearly lost their sanity. And it was insane. It was an insane Uno game, but it was nothing compared to what the games we played back in 8th grade. But that's a story for a different day. So anyway, the last really eventful thing to happen was we found an Xbox 360, because I had thought about that one too, because when I was a kid, when I was growing up, the 2 consoles we had were N64s and Xbox 360s. So when I think of one, I think of the other. And we'd found that N64 earlier. So now there's an Xbox 360 hidden in one of the cabinets that we find, and I found it funny because I was like, I thought about an Xbox 360 the other day. So anyway, we pulled that out. Unfortunately, it's got the red ring of death. So we had to fix that using the towel trick. If you've never heard of this, you can use it on an Xbox 360 that has the red ring. You just wrap it in a towel. It'll kind of like, you give it like a Dutch oven essentially. Or you put it in like a Dutch oven is essentially how this works. And it kind of just overheats itself and resolders the chips inside, which I had no idea was a thing that you could do. But it's a thing that we did. and it was weird, but it worked. And we ended up playing, I think it was some golf game, some like EA crappy golf game, because that was all they really had. They had that and Call of Duty, and only one of the controllers worked with it. So I mean, we couldn't play Call of Duty. That wasn't going to work out because couldn't connect to online for some reason with that Xbox. But anyway, yeah, that's about pretty much everything that I found super exciting. I mean, there was some other stuff, but like it's just usual beach trip stuff, like going down to the beach and eating seafood and going to the pool, that type thing. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and this will probably be the last beach trip. Maybe there'll be a fourth one. Who knows? But yeah, see you next time.